attends.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode, 1017. Hello, it is Mike Matthews broadcasting from Cafe Anyway, located somewhere in Podcastro Valley today. It's another Into an Interview, this time with a very interesting Australian band who has a very commendable mission. They're called Kinderjazz. Plus, we will hear from Benita,
Mike's Daily Podcast,
the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, Brewmaster, as well.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Well, here we are with another fun effizode to help you as you go on your interesting road. The Force Awakens, number one position, further implodes as the Revenant has jumped to number one of the box office with its bear attack ode. And the big news in football,
Mike's Daily Podcast,
has to do with the Broncos and the Panthers. People will be looking to San Jose for answers.
Daily
Levi Stadium
Podcast.
That's where they're playing, and that's where Coldplay is playing with their Beyoncé enhanced concert. Football Mania in the Bay Area. Whee! Football Mania. Man, oh man. And speaking of sports, it was on this date in 1924 that the very first Olympic Games opened in France. Almost 300 athletes. 300 athletes. They competed in 14 events, covering 6 sports, including ski jumping, bobsledding, and skiing. Norway was the primary winner. All the way back in 1924. It seems like it was just yesterday. Well, it'll actually be tomorrow in a couple of years. It'll be 2024. Can you believe that? In just a few years. Where has the time gone? And where has Jack FM gone? Here, I'm going to do a quick little search on Bing, because when I do a search on Bing, I get points. There, I got 1 point for doing the search. I guess there are some Jacks still around. And apparently, there's a Jack FM in San Francisco? Who knew? Oh, look who just walked in. Just now. Just then. Hi, Mike. It's Benita the Rodeo Queen. Hi, how you doing?
And it's a disgruntled fiddle player. Tell you what. What's the deal? Why do you care about Jack FM?
It was a strange format. Actually, it was a branding, radio station brand. Several radio stations had this brand, where they called it Jack FM, and they would do a mix of 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s hits. But a lot of these stations now just focus primarily on 80s, 90s, and then a little bit of the early O's. It's a format that also does not have any DJs. They've got this one voice guy he voices all the radio stations. What was the name? Oh, look who else just walked in.
Hello, Mike. I make the root beer. I'm the Brewmaster.
Brewmaster, are you the voice of Jack FM?
No, it's not me.
Are you sure?
It's me. It is me.
Oh, wow. You must make a lot of money because you're the voice of like all these radio stations across the country.
Yeah, I'm really rich. Drink my root beer.
No. I'm frightened. Very frightened indeed. Oh, Paul Darrow is the actor. He's an actor that does the voice. And he is 74 years old. And he's from Chessington, Surrey, England. Wow. He played Captain Hawkins in Doctor Who in the Silurians. Oh, it was a special radio broadcast that was transmitted in 1970. Good heavens, all the interesting things. Oh, wait a minute, no. That would be the British voice of the Jack stations. Howard Hogan. Howard Kogan is the voice of Jack. All right. Now that I've thoroughly lost my entire audience, we're going to have this fantastic band called Kinderjazz. Maybe someday they will be played on Jack FM radio stations that they're all over the world. Or perhaps you would like to hear at the end of this podcast, we'll be speaking to Haley for the Daily Haley. That's all coming up. And perhaps I will drink the Brewmaster's root beer.
No, I won't.
Yeah, I won't. Mark, if you drink his root beer, you're going to gain some more weight. I know you're really conscious about your weight. I know, I wish I was as healthy as you, Benita. Yeah, I'm beautiful. I gotta go. Bye. I gotta find a mirror. Well, that was fascinating. You can find out more about this show and all the stuff that goes on this show on the website, mikesdailypodcast.com. That has links to all the places you can listen to the show, and if you want to help us out on Amazon, we got a link to that. If you're going to buy anything on Amazon, go through that link at mikesdailypodcast.com, and that helps us out, and it doesn't change the way you shop. There's also links to, that's right, if you want to hit PayPal. Yes, I jumbled all that together, and that doesn't really matter. Just a jumbled mess. It's sort of like that stuff you find in the corners of your house. I don't know what it is. It's all kinds of different things. That's what that was. Yeah, so we also have the PayPal if you want to help us out and donate and become an inglorious Mike's Daily Podcaster. That's there at mikesdailypodcast.com. All the podcast pictures and the past interviews are there too. And speaking of interviews, it's Kinderjazz with Christobel Llewellyn.
Into an interview.
Hello, Christobel Llewellyn of Kinderjazz. How are you? You're in Sydney right now.
Hello, yes, I'm in Sydney, Australia, during the summer. It's very, very hot.
Oh, I can't even believe. Oh, wow. Just as you said that, Christobel, I'm actually in a radio station in Pleasanton, California, and we're in the Bay Area, and we've been getting a lot of rain, and the rain has just stopped, and right in front of my face, in fact, I'm going to take a picture of it, is a huge rainbow. I'm seeing it right through the window, and this is so, wow. I'm going to send this to you, I think, here.
Oh, yes, please do.
Because that's a good sign. Yes.
That's a very good sign. Kinderjazz is a rainbow.
Yes, you're a very colorful band, and it's such a great idea. I love what you guys do. You're like making great music, and you're involving children. And how did this all get started?
Well, it's a huge privilege to be involved in children's education, especially now where they've got so many scans and they can see the brain working. But we got started as parents. Both David and I are professional musicians. I mean, we went to college and got several degrees in music. This is what we do every day. We don't have a day job. This is our thing. And when we had our first child, Stephanie, we wanted to take her to a children's show. We wanted to take her to live music. And this children's show had nothing live. It was a backing tape. Everyone was miming. There were fluffy characters. You couldn't even see a face. There was nothing real about the show. And she was being involved in, opera and symphony orchestras, and she'd climbed over double basses since she was born. And at the age of 5, she actually couldn't stay in the room for this children's show. And we started searching for, you want as parents to share your cultural heritage with your own children, especially music, something that you enjoy. And there wasn't any live music for children, and so we thought we'd do something about that. And what better way than a big band?
The kids must just freak out when all these instruments are plying at once in their face.
They absolutely love it. We've actually played at the Opera House, and there were these 4 little boys standing in front of the horn section, literally, a foot away, and they'd close their eyes and they'd put their hands out in front, and they were feeling the horns hit them in the face.
Oh, wow.
Because music's physical.
Yeah, and especially when kids are physical. And they like the whole thing's going. They don't like to.
Get it.
They don't want to.
Kinderjazz isn't children's music. It's sophisticated sophisticated music. It's very complex, harmony and rhythm and all the beats and the lyrics, and it's a lot of fun. And kids get it. I find, with experience, every child is magnificent. And we shouldn't ever dumb anything down for them.
When did you start playing music yourself? How young were you?
At the age of 3.
Whoa.
I started on the piano. My brothers were learning piano, and I was the youngest one, the only girl. And my mother said, "No, I'm not wasting money on you. They don't practice." And what I did was I wanted to play so much that I actually gave my pocket money to my brother and went so that I could go to his piano lessons. My mother didn't realize until the Christmas concert when he wasn't playing, I was. And she got the shock of her life.
What did your brothers end up becoming good at?
They still love music, but one's an accountant, the other one's gone into the medical field. It's not really music related. I was the one that really pursued it. It was just in me. I just think that music chooses you. It's not an easy road being a musician. It's not something, you're self-employed, you have to create your own work, you've got to be highly disciplined to, get up in the morning and practice.
And are you playing predominantly in Australia?
Yes, but I think we've been going since 1997, so we're old enough to leave home. We really want to go to the States and tour. We've got so many fans over there, and I think it's time.
That is not easy music to do. You've got a lot of arranging.
Oh no, it's hugely complex. But the thing is, I chose jazz because I sincerely believe that jazz, with its fresh improvisations, more than anything, nurtures a small child's curiosity. It's new every day. Every single time we play, it's a different jazz solo. It challenges their creativity. It gratifies their imagination. The thing is, when someone hears music, it's multi-sensory, like the little 5-year-olds that were standing in front of the horn section. Mm-hmm. It goes through your entire body. It goes through our emotions, regardless of the intellect. Yes. And our memory is like laced with all these, chemicals, to lay down the memory. But when someone hears words, it has to be processed through your intellect, and then there's all this baggage there, so it can actually be blocked. But music doesn't get blocked; it just goes through your emotions first, and it's instant, and it's accessible regardless of your IQ, regardless of your financial situation. Music doesn't care. It's joy. And we're all really on the same page. All the musicians in Kinderjazz are virtuosos, and they've got their own bands, but they only come together to play in Kinderjazz, which is really special. So kids are getting the best of the best, which is what I wanted in the first place.
All right, Christobel, well, let's play Kinderjazz's version, your version of the song Teddy Bear now on Mike's Daily Podcast. Jazz! And we'll have another song from them, and we'll talk to Christobel a little bit more next show. And let's go outside a cafe anyway. We're bringing you Mike's Daily Podcast, Summer Podcast, Valley.
And here's today's podcast picture.
The podcast picture is of Kinderjazz. You can see their very colorful outfits as there they are on some nice little grassy lawn somewhere in Australia, where I long to be. Hey, speaking of longing to be, it's Haley, who's going to give us a little musical interlude.
The Daily Haley. The almost Daily Haley.
Do-do-do-up. Do-up. Do-do-do-up. Do-up. Do-do-do-up. Do-up. Do-up. Do up. 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 Break it down. Hi. Welcome to the show where we talk about beats and stuff. Beats are fat.
God, Beats are horrible headphones.
You don't like those headphones?
No, the mix is messed up.
What headphones do you do when you walk around and try and shut out the world?
I have a lower mid-range pair of Sonys that I like to use quite frequently. They're white and purple. I enjoy them. I also have a pair of low-range Sennheisers.
Ah!
Like the 300s or whatever they're called.
How old are they? No.
2 years. 2 years. Got them for Christmas, I want to say 2 years back.
Headphones, always the little cord always ends up getting messed up, and I lose one of the channels, the left or the right ear.
Flat cord headphones. You need flat cord headphones.
Flat cord.
My white and purple ones are flat cord, and it is fabulous. They do not tangle, and they last a lot longer.
I need these flat cord cords.
Oh, they're wonderful.
That's what my problem's been all these years.
Yeah, I don't know why they're not, like, the flat cord ones aren't, like, standard by now. Maybe it's something in the quality of having a flat cord compared to a round cord or something. I don't know. But,
flat cord's where it's at.
They're so much better. If you can get a flat cord something, get a flat cord something.
Here's a flat cord. Blame. Would you like that flat cord?
This is a sharp cord.
That was much sharper than my flat one.
This is a sheep. Meh.
That's a sheep cord? Man. I was at that mall in San Francisco a couple of years...
The Westfield?
Yes. A couple of years back. I was still married. My ex-wife was shopping per usual. And I was just sort of walking around the mall. Oh, have you ever been up to the top of that where there's that dome? And they project stuff onto the dome? Like a little show?
I want to say yes. Like, I haven't seen the project and stuff, but I've been up to the top with where the Nordstrom's is, right?
Is there Nordstrom's up there?
No, the Nordstrom's like the top 3 floors or something.
Oh, okay.
The part where I was, anyway.
All right, that's probably it. I blocked.
Maybe, I don't know.
Well, that dome was taken from some old building from San Francisco and moved there, I guess.
Rude. How could they do that? How could they take it?
Well, they didn't do it without getting permission.
Oh. Did they take it from the Exploratorium building?
No, that's still there.
Okay.
All the Exploratorium stuff has just been moved to that pier.
I haven't been to the new location yet.
It's pretty neat. They got all kinds of interesting things to show you. One of them was a huge, like, cargo box, and it's like hanging over the water or something. They got all kinds of crazy stuff there.
Yeah, they do. I remember going there as a kid to the old place.
The new place now has a nice view of the bay, and you can see Yerba Buena Island.
Nice. Also, it's always crowded, so...
Yeah.
It's like,
The old place was at the Palace of Fine Arts.
Yeah. No, it's a nice building.
That's a neat area. And then you walk across the street, and there's the beach.
That's true.
And there's the beach, and then you walk up the beach a little ways, and you hit Christie Fields, where they used to have a plains of land there, and you get a nice view of the Golden Gate Bridge. I don't know why I'm doing this accent now. It's not clear to me.
It's unbecoming.
Because I can't do an Australian accent, so I just end up doing the Scottish brogue.
Baroque. What a great word.
Baroque.
I love Baroque in music.
Tell me why.
Because Baroque has a long and rich history as a musical genre. Like, you know, it's a genre of classical music, and it's got swelling crescendos and blah 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 blah. But somewhere in the 60s, like Baroque pop and Baroque rock, I came to adore because it was like ad horns.
Add horns.
Add some sort of a horn section.
Oh.
Baroque. So you had like your Baroque rock, especially like the Beatles did a lot of Baroque rock, like Eleanor Rigby and whatnot.
Oh. Wow. Do you have a Baroque mix where you took just the Baroque songs and groups and made a mix of them?
No, but I'm Baroque.
I'm emotionally Baroque. But back to my mall story. At the Westfield Mall, whilst my ex-wife was shopping, I walked past this store and there's all these like young ladies in super tight outfits and there's blasting music and they're holding headphones and they go, "Sir, would you like to try our new Sony headphones?" And it was like something Sony bought, some office space. There's weird stuff going on in that mall that be like temporary.
Was it like a Sharper Image?
It wasn't a Sharper. It was only there for like Christmas and then they closed up. And these attractive women would then pull you into the store and then next thing I knew I was practically buying these headphones.
Right.
Because they sounded good, but I feel misled.
I'm sorry.
But it was right next to that dome area.
Okay.
Do you like Sharper Image?
I've always been a fan of Sharper Image, yeah.
What do you like, the massage chair?
I just like the fact that they throw a bunch of miscellaneous stuff in their stores. And it's a as seen on TV store, essentially. Just slightly higher quality.
Yeah, more expensive.
More expensive. They've been going consistently downhill ever since they stopped selling the Razor scooters.
Oh. Which you
remember back in the turn of the century when the
God, we're old. Remember the turn of the century.
I love saying that. But the Razor scooters were just coming out, and Sharper Image had like the market on them.
Oh.
And they were the hottest toy. Everyone was buying them. It was the big thing, 2000, 2001.
Yeah, I remember that. I was going to buy one, and I'm like, I'm very tall and old.
And everyone in Sharper Image's corporate offices were popping bottles of champagne and just chugging it and, and pulling out the hookers and cocaine. I mean, it was a great time. And then the following year, they went bankrupt and they were all jumping out their windows.
Oh. Yeah. All because of the damn scooters?
I don't know if it was because of the damn scooters. I just remember one year they were
the thing,
and the next year they were filing for bankruptcy.
Wow. Isn't that the way it goes?
That's just the way it is.
Some things will never change. Is that when you got your Razor scooter? Was when you walked into a Sharper Image?
No, I got my Razor scooter because my dad works for the city of Union City, and he was visiting the dump, and there was a scooter there, and he picked it up and brought it home and said, "Here's a Razor scooter."
Get out, really?
Dead serious.
You gave that Razor scooter a second life.
Oh, I did. It was the best scooter. It was like the first... I guess it was better than all of my friends' scooters as well.
Yeah.
Because I guess it came from the first wave of them.
Uh-huh.
And so it was very plain, but the bearings were way smoother than any other scooter.
Wow.
And to this day, I've never had a scooter that rolled as smoothly as that one did.
Now, tell me about the scooter you have now. It's got big wheels, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. This scooter is manufactured, I believe, by a company based out of San Francisco, I want to say.
Oh, God.
Somewhere in California. They sell them online exclusively.
Oh.
They are designed for adult transportation. Specifically in bigger cities like San Francisco, New York, places like that, where it's not crucial to have a car because you can just go anywhere within the city pretty easily. And if I was living in San Francisco, I wouldn't even be taking a bus. I'd just be scootering everywhere.
Wow. And then it collapses really well.
It does collapse very well. It kind of just folds down and then you strap it to itself. It's GoPed, I believe the company is. Shout out to GoPed.
Now, is that something that, like, someone over 200 pounds would be able to ride?
Yes. I believe so.
Really?
Yes, it's very large, sturdy wheels, and they come in different sizes. I have a large one, so it's a little bit big for me, honestly.
Huh.
But yeah, the wheels are like solid, soft rubber.
Wow. See, I thought that was a great invention when it first came out, the razor, in what was it, turn of the century, you said?
Turn of the century.
And I was living in downtown Ventura, and it takes forever to walk from where I used to live in this little duplex, this little crappy house up 88 steps on top of a hill.
Yeah.
And then I'd have to go, but I'd want to go to the beach, but it would take forever to walk. So I'm like, hey, if I just took a scooter, I could go, because I'd be riding downhill the whole way to get to the beach, and I would probably break my neck. So I often thought about getting a razor scooter.
Yeah, they're nice.
But now that I live in Podcastro Valley, I actually work in Podcastro Valley. Although there's many a hill.
Yeah,
Podcastro.
there's so many hills in Podcastro Valley.
It's a hilly place. Hilly terrain.
It's hill on earth.
And we're back.
We needed that moment of silence there just to keep you guys on your toes.
While there was silence, so much was going on in the world.
No, it's true. It's true. A lot of things happened. There was at least 3 babies born, probably.
In that silence?
Probably like 2 deaths.
Oh, that's too bad.
If you knew someone that died in that moment of silence, consider that moment of silence a moment of respect for that person who died, and we are sorry for your loss.
Thank you for that.
Yes.
Because I feel like you were saying that directly to me. Which you probably were.
No, I wasn't.
No? Oh, frick. I'm very mad Tully's closed it up.
Yeah, I know. I am as well. Yeah, it was a surprise.
Tully's made a great Valentino chip thing with lots of chips in it that was probably 5,000 calories. And it's gone now. So I guess are they just still making the little Keurig capsules for your Keurig?
I'd assume so. It's not like Tully's is gone.
No. Are they? I
don't think so.
I'm an emotional wreck.
No, I think Tully's exists somewhere still. Now, there was a little coffee shop in Union City that was great, and I used to really like it. It was called Patty's, and they're gone for good.
Oh.
And that's sad, because I used to go there, and, I wouldn't go there very often, honestly, if I'm honest. But my dad used to go there kind of frequently, because he lived and worked in, he didn't live there, he worked in Union City, and we'd go and visit him sometimes, and occasionally we'd go to Patty's, and they would broadcast the Cricket World Cup every 4 years that it happened.
That's awesome.
I got to go down there and once and watch it at Patty's.
How neat.
Yeah.
Wow. Did they serve interesting food, like, from other countries?
No, they had, like, sandwiches and coffee.
You know, those mom and pop little coffee places, they don't last very long, but they leave such indelible memories.
Yeah, that one was there for years and years.
Who gives a crap about Starbucks places?
Starbucks CEOs.
Oh, yeah. And all the people that work there. When was the last time you were in a Starbucks?
I had to stoop to the point of a Starbucks when Tully's was gone.
Oh.
Because I needed coffee and...
Oh, yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh.
And Starbucks was a block away from Tully's.
It's interesting that Starbucks opened recently and then Tully's closed. It was like they're like, we're out of here.
Coincidence?
We can't compete. Well, I think that we had a great talk together about life and coffee and headphones and scooters and other such nonsense.
No, I think this was a successful segment.
Really, you do?
No.
I'm really depressed now. So depressed. Why did I get up today? I never got the hang of Mondays. Well, next show, it will be part 2 of my interview with Christobel Llewellyn of the band Kinderjazz. Plus, we will hear from Madame Rootabega, Valentino, and Bison Bentley.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!